I can't get my brain around how any of the capital gains that you might realize through a crypto investment are exempt from taxes. So for instance, you buy a house and you fix it up. You buy it for 100, you put 50 into it, you sell it for 300, you have a capital gain of 150 minus fees, closing costs, all that. So maybe your capital gain is 120. You owe a big amount on that. You could do a 1031 exchange within 90 days, blah, blah, blah. That might go away, right? That's on the chopping block with the new administration. So the tax liability there is pretty big.
Yeah.
Can you walk me through, maybe I'm not clearly understanding the tax implications. Why is crypto tax exempt?
Well, in a way, it's not.
Okay.
You still have capital gains on your basis to when you exit it. So if you bought Bitcoin at $10,000 a coin, and now it's trading at $65,000, $66,000, let's say $50,000 for easy math, then you've got that $40,000 capital gains.
This is if you
were to sell,
in your chips,
sell your Bitcoin for US dollars.
Okay.
That is never the right decision because you got short-term capital gains. And if you've held it for a long time and you really need liquidity, maybe your long-term capital gains a little bit better. But what you really should do is just borrow against that Bitcoin as an asset. So that's how the wealthy use real estate, so I'm told, right? You have all these assets, you need some cash, your cash flow is constrained for some reason or another, but you've got a bunch of assets, you borrow against those, and then you repay it after, that cash flow crunch is gone. Same with Bitcoin, right? So people that have had, so they had 100 Bitcoin, that's at this point that's $6+ million. If they need a little liquidity, rather than selling it and accruing just a massive taxable event, which they could choose to do if they want to diversify a little bit, because even crypto to crypto is taxable. If I have Bitcoin and I trade in Ethereum or Ether, then I've got to pay taxes on my basis from when that Bitcoin was purchased to the price of that Bitcoin at the point of trade.
Why? You didn't cash in your Bitcoin for US dollars.
I agree because it's not in property. Correct me if I'm wrong, but in real estate, you can trade between real estate and postpone that capital gains event. Is that correct?
Yeah. So as long as it's not your primary habitation,
Sure.
obviously, yes, you can keep kicking the can down the road.
Yeah.
The smart ones do that.
Yeah.
Obviously, what's happened in the last year and a half, 2 years is, greatly affected some of the really big players, because all of these high rises that you see, that's all office space. There's no blue collar people in there. There's no place to put trucks and trailers and shingles and lumber, right? It's just computers and people with ties. They're all working at home now.
Yeah.
So now that building isn't worth dick.
Yeah.
Because why? Because we had an event that was 99.95% survivable that was blown out of proportion. Obviously, you see where I sit on the entire thing, but
sure.
Kicking the can down the road is for sure.
Yeah.
Borrowing against it, refinancing, shifting all around. Yes, the smart ones know exactly what to do. And then one of the biggest reasons that they are in real estate is because their tax exposure is greatly diminished by the depreciation of the asset. Every year that goes by, the asset depreciates. It's the reason why you don't see buildings that look worn getting a complete overhaul. Because why would I do that? Because I can't get I can't depreciate its value anymore. I just need to keep those doors from falling off the hinges, right? And the stairs from falling down so I don't get sued, and just make it look just good enough to be able to rent it again. But I want that depreciation.
Yeah.
That keeps me from having to pay tax. That's what Trump does. That's what everyone said Trump didn't pay any taxes. He's real estate, man. Of course not.
Yeah.
Right?
He
Bezos, same deal. Gates, same deal. All the big players and people we've never heard of who are worth,
untold amounts.
Yeah. Our lives time 10. That's what they do.
So that in that instance, crypto is actually a more challenging tax environment because you do get taxed on that, even that crypto to crypto transaction. So in order to, and here's the way that the people in crypto are not avoiding kicking the can down the road on capital gains tax, just like the real estate industry is They have those 100 Bitcoin or whatever. They need some cash flow. They put that up as collateral. They get U.S. dollars and they invest those U.S. dollars, and they make more. They basically arbitrage that situation. They make more money on those U.S. dollars than they're paying an interest on the loan.
So it offsets.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
more than offsets.
More than offsets, and not only that, you haven't sold your asset that's appreciating in value. So it makes total sense to do it. There's a great business model around it. There's companies like Unchained Capital that do that. That's their main business model. They've got several $1 billion in assets under management. I guess several $1 billion of Bitcoin under management, but you know what I mean. They're making cash loans to high net worth Bitcoin individuals and companies.